Hello everybody, and welcome. My name is Protozoaman, and today we'll be playing a little game called Dungeon Clawler. This is a roguelite claw machine game. I very much enjoy this, and so I thought I would show it off to all of you. This is my first YouTube video, so I appreciate you coming and hanging out with me. So let's hop right into this game. I've played this game a little bit, a bunch actually. And as you can see, I've beaten this game with a number of the characters, not quite everybody. But today I thought I'd just share the first character with all of you, just to kind of show off the game a little bit. So I'll be playing Sir Bunalot. This is just kind of the basic right off the bat character, nothing too crazy. I won't be playing with any debt levels, which in other games this would be like your ascension level. And I won't be playing with any of the extra lucky paws that you get, which are special character completions or anything. Just gonna play a regular basic game and show y'all what it's like. So as you can see, it's like a little 2D claw machine that you have. So each round you get 2 claws, and you get to pick up whatever items that they are. And if they're attack items, they attack the enemies. And if they're defense items, they'll give you defense and anything else. So there we go, we've picked up some items and we've attacked our little slimes here. And I thought this would just be a nice chill game for a first YouTube channel, first YouTube video and everything, kind of show off channel and just sort of chit chat a little bit as we play through this. I'm not going to guarantee I finish this run. It is a roguelike, so not always the easiest to finish. But there you go. That's the first round, and you get to pick a reward. I'm really pretty bad at taking too many rewards, so I'm going to try not to do that. None of those items particularly looked intriguing to me. So we'll just keep going. So, again, if you've found this and you're hanging out with me, I appreciate it. This is my first YouTube video, I've said. A little bit about me. In the past, I have actually done some YouTube. Back a very long time ago, a friend and I had a YouTube channel, and that ran for maybe a year, couple months, most of a year, something like that. We tried that a couple times, and then when I was a little bit older, I had a YouTube channel with 4 of my friends, but I had to bow out of that. At the time I was in college, so I was unable to dedicate the time I wanted to it. But now I'm back, many years later, doing this on my own. I was never the editor and everything, so bear with me if you're watching this and the edits are bad or non-existent, and I ramble a lot, so that's, just bear with me with that. Alright. I think here I'm going to take the sickle. This is a pretty good item. Yeah, I think that is what I'm going to do. There's a lot of different ways to play this game, and I do hope y'all check this game out for yourselves, because I can only do so much justice for it. This little machine is your perk machine. Everything is random as more claw machine. So these are your little perks. Would be similar to your relics in something like Slay the Spire. I think I'm going to take this increased critical hit chance, because that's pretty decent to get right off the bat. So as you can see, there's 20 floors to a run, and every couple floors there's a little like mini boss battle, and all sorts of different enemies and things that you'll encounter. So this here, this is a little token selector. So this can show you, this will give you tokens that increases your chances to get certain items. So like fluff in the machine, poison. For this one I'm going to take strength. One of the critiques, if I had to critique this game, is I feel like strength is very powerful in this game no matter what build you're playing. So if you decide to pick this game up, strength is always a pretty good way to go. This is Granny's room. This is where you can get a little bit of extra money and some health back. The little red potions are your health potions that you can get. That was very lucky to pick those up, and those did not fall out. And our first boss fight is this plant, this like Venus flytrap plant thing. So you can see too that this game tends to be somewhat random, as it is a claw machine, where things will not always stay within your claw. And I enjoy that because this kind of increases the challenge sometimes for these kind of games. When you're playing something that you always kind of know what to expect, it's nice to have a little bit of random, well, like that. That was not very well off. But I can say there are some pretty nice perks in this game where if you have only pick up one item, there are perks that'll end up giving you some benefits and everything like that. So and as you can see, the enemies will also have themselves perks and everything. So like this enemy, he will put spikes on himself, and every time you attack him, he'll do some damage to you. So that's how I'm taking damage here. So sometimes it's a bit of a battle of attrition, especially at the beginning. I'm sure if you've played roguelikes in the past, you know that the beginning can be sometimes the hardest part of the game to making sure that you get a build that you like and is going to be successful moving forward. I should get this enemy no problem. We're going to be pretty close, but not too bad. Not too bad for a first boss fight. And after every boss fight, you do heal, which is nice. So, and you get a perk after beating each of the bosses. So, well, I do kind of like doing some extra damage with all of my attacks. So we'll take that apply fire. So here, these are like little kind of mini bosses or like elite bosses or enemies. So these are always pretty nice because you get a little bit extra loot from them. A little bit better loot, I should say. And a lot of times they'll come with extra perks and stuff. Again, using an example that I have played a lot of Slay the Spiders, but beating like elite enemies, if you have the health and the build to do it, they're kind of worth going for it. I do feel like this game is a lot easier than some other roguelikes that are out there. I have found that this one I complete more often than I have a failed run, but that doesn't mean I haven't failed plenty of runs before. So this being my first YouTube video, I thought I'd also run through a little bit of what I kind of envision this channel being. Like I've said, I have done some YouTubing in the past, and I sort of just plan on this being a channel where we get to play through just sort of anything that I'm feeling like. This may be a one-off video. We may end up playing a couple more runs of this. If y'all like this, I can keep playing this game. But otherwise, just doing various different Let's Plays and everything. And just getting to show off some games that I feel like don't always get the love that they deserve. Ooh, these two rewards are not that good, I don't think, for me. I guess I can take this global warming. I don't have anything that does frost right now, but maybe if I get some stuff coming forward in the future. One thing, too, for me is I love roguelikes, hence why the first thing I'm playing is this. So I'll probably be playing a good, decent number more roguelikes coming forward in the future. I got some other games that I I really like and enjoy, and I thought it'd be nice just to kind of show them off. So, and I'm sure they would appreciate it, and I would love for you guys to go and check this game out for yourself, because this game is great. I would play this on my Steam Deck a lot traveling, and so this is just, I think it's a really nice little quick game to pick up. Runs don't tend to take too long, maybe 20 minutes to a half hour, depending on how well things pan out. How quickly you can dispatch a lot of these enemies. And I love the cast of characters in this game. All of the main characters are very fun. I feel like they're all very unique. And I love the enemy designs too. There's just a lot of stuff that I think this game has really put in a lot of love and care, and I think people are maybe sleeping on this game a little bit, which this may not change the meter on that at all, but I would hope it does. So one other thing I'm planning on doing in the future is, I should have linked in my YouTube, is I plan on streaming on Twitch. So if you want to come hang out live on Twitch and watch me maybe play this game or some other games, I'd really appreciate it if you came and checked it out. This is a little mini game that I took a lot of damage, but there are some different types of claws in this game that are available. We'll see if I get them in this run. They tend to be pretty rare to pick up, but increases your damage by 10%. That's pretty good. There are some different claws that you can get. Like that one in that little mini game was the magnet claw, so that'll pick up anything that is metal. And I can show this off. Each one of your items that you have actually has a little element. So here with the dagger, if you look, there's a little steel nut there. And so that's showing that those items are metal, so they'll be picked up by something that's conductive. And then the small shield has some wood, so it's a wood item. This ring of strength, I believe that's ice? That doesn't seem right. Some other, I think it's metal. I actually don't fully know what that is. Is glass. That is what it is. I could not remember that. Glass, yes. So like that would not get picked up by the magnet arm. But with those little two chevrons too, that shows that each of these can be upgraded at an upgrade point, which is the anvil. So that room to the right up at the top. And there are some ways that you can change. So there's one character that does have the magnet arm as its second claw that you have. And that character, if you change everything to be metal, it will pick up anything that claw comes close to, which is really, really nice, and you can do a lot of damage very quickly. You just have to be able to change all of your items to one of those metal, to the metal element. Oh, I lost a lot of stuff in that grab. I haven't been using my money either so far in this game, but after beating each of the enemies, you'll get a little bit of money. You can use that mostly for rerolls, and then when you get to shops, which here in a minute we should be entering a shop, as long as I don't get killed by this boss, which I really probably shouldn't. And that wooden bracelet I picked up is quite a decent item too. It increases your strength on top of also giving you, I believe, 10 block, which is pretty good. This pet insurance reward is also very good, but I don't currently have any pets. So I'll take this golden armor, give myself a little bit more health. Alright, so I can show this off. So this is where you would change each of your elements so you can transmute them. So you have cloth items, ice, metal, plastic, wood, and then glass. So if I were to change this ring of strength from glass to metal, it could be picked up by one of those special claws where normally it couldn't. For now, I'm going to leave them because I don't need those to be transmuted. But this is the blacksmith, where you can increase each of these items and make them better. So, saving my money a bit for doing this. And I'm going to leave the daggers. Your daggers tend to just be, again, your kind of basic attacks and everything. So, sometimes upgrading them is worth it, but at this point, not so much. There's also a shredder where you can get rid of a lot of those early items. I tend to hold on to them, but I have a bad tendency of holding on to items and overloading myself in a lot of these kind of games where I end up with too many items. Maybe too many items in the machine, or if I slay the spire, too many cards in the deck or something like that. So that's where I find I have failed the most, is when I need a certain pickup and I can't get it. And as far as I know, this game is still fully in development and fully being worked on. I picked this game up not too long ago again, after taking a little bit of a break on it. And there was a whole new character and all new enemies and everything. Like this candle, well, he's gone now. But that candle enemy was an enemy I had not recognized before, so in the past when I had been playing. These enemies can be quite frustrating. He has a buff on him right now where everything just does 1 damage to him, which can take quite a while to get rid of this guy. There we go. Hopefully we can get something good here. I feel like I haven't been getting quite as good rewards out of these machines this run. I'll take some extra block. That's pretty good. That was pretty good. Another thing I love about this game, which hopefully if my editing is correct, you'll be able to actually hear it. The music in this game is fantastic. I think that really does, to me, make one of the biggest differences. I'm a big music person, and I love hearing the music in different video games and everything, and I think this game has some of the best music. So here you can actually pick which boss you fight. I'm going to pick this. I believe this is a B. And here you can pick up more tokens. So there's actually I don't know what the percentage, but every time you pick up one of these, it increases your chance of finding something in your chance of picking up like strength items after battles or perks and stuff. So, which is pretty nice. Oh yes, this is the Mothman. Yes, this is the Mothman boss, which this is also one of my favorite bosses. The designs of the characters, like I said, are phenomenal in this game. I should have paid a little bit more attention. So that little reflection that he had there for a second, that's a reflect ability where they reflect all the damage back at you, and they do that. He had it twice, so. But that wasn't so bad. I'm not crazy strong where I was gonna take out all my shield, so not so bad. Sometimes you just get so into watching the claws that all of a sudden you're like, oh crap, I'm gonna get hurt. I'm gonna get hurt real bad. I've lost many a run to this boss by not paying full attention to how much strength I had and how much damage I was going to do. Because strength, much like many other games, the more strength you have, the more your attacks are going to do. And this is one of the more challenging parts of this game, is seeing as stuff falls back into the machine, kind of at random. Some good items can end up being buried if you don't use them right away or are able to pick them up. So that can really make a big difference in some of your runs. If all of a sudden you really need an item that's going to do a lot of damage, but it's at the bottom of the machine, it can be more difficult to get to. I've never been able to actually use this perk, this minimalist, get 10 strength if there's no items in the machine. Maybe I'm just not playing right to get to use that, but I've never been able to get that to work. Not that the perk doesn't work, but I just always have stuff in the machine, so I don't know. If you've played this game and have gotten that to work, hey, let me know. Let me know how you do it. I have an idea, but I've just never tried. I guess if you get rid of most of your items and you're down to like 3 items being in the claw machine, do it that way. But I've just never gotten it to work. So, hey, sound off in the comments if you've actually gotten that to work, because I'd love to know your strats for using that, because that seems like a really decent perk to use. Not sure I'm going to be able to defeat that bomb before... So the bomb enemies will explode after a couple of turns. And I think he explodes this turn. And I don't know that I'll be able to do 86 damage to him. Well, maybe. Oh, nice. Barely. Alright. Here's another one of the claws that you can get, is this hook. And you can actually end up... There are some items that fill the machine with water. And if you're able to get... Nice! I was able to get both that golden fish and the chest. So I think I get 2 rewards for that now. Holy Shield reduces incoming damage to 1. That's pretty good. Doubles the enemy's nearest poison. I don't have anything that does... Yeah, yes I do. No, I don't. That was a different run. I had a recording not work before this, so Wow, that was unlucky. I think I had poison in the last run that I did. Smog Bomb gives you 1 dodge and applies 3 poison to ever. Well, I could have used that poison flask last time. I think I'll skip this. Dodge is good because it reduces your damage down to 1. And it can be really, really helpful for the last boss in this game. But I tend to just get very unlucky and have it not work very well. So this big sword item that that Sir Bunalot starts with as well, I'm probably not using very properly. You're supposed to kind of pick it up on its own and it'll do extra damage, but it does a good amount of damage without that. It does like 15 damage, I think, if you don't pick anything else up. I have not seen this flaming sword before, so I'm going to take that. That might not fit very well with what I'm doing, but that's fine. These dice icons are little mini games. I'm sure you've noticed those already. I'll play the slots a couple times, see if I can get anything from it. This is totally random, so I'm not controlling this. And one of the things, too, like you're seeing, so that there's no character there, just the rabbit in the hat. That character, I've gotten that a couple times, so I'm not going to get anything else. Okay. There you go. So it tracks all metal items inside a small radius. So this is one of those items where I will take because I have a decent number of metal items. I'll hit some upgrades here. Because I have played this game, there are a number of characters that I have already unlocked. So they're not showing up, but until you unlock them, there's a character that stands in there originally and will like run the games, but I've already unlocked him, so he does not show up. No, neither of those are great for me. Grandma's room. Thank you, Grandma, for the health and the money. It's appreciated. Big slime monster for our next boss. This is a decent time to get that holy shield, so I only take 1 damage. Well, although I wouldn't have taken any, because I had enough block. That's fine. Ah, see, that magnet's doing its job. It's pulling all those metal items together. So I can get one really nice big, if I can get it. Nice. There's an actual magnet claw that is in this game as well, but I have not gotten it here. Those tend to be pretty rare to pick up, so now this is where I can go and transmute some items to make them metal rather than wood or glass or whatever they may be. And that would help out this a lot. So I think we're starting to get a pretty decent build coming together here. I'd like a little bit more strength each turn, which would give me a little bit more damage, but we'll see. If you pick up a single item in a turn, it gets used twice. That's pretty good. I think I will take that. So Shredder, I'll go. Getting some more perks is always worth it. No, because there was no transmute in that. Because if I could have got that, that would have been pretty good, but I guess my damage output's pretty decent in this right now. Jeez, especially with this magnet. Holy cow. Another ring of strength. All right. Golden tentacle. Granny's room is now filled with water, and you can use a tentacle claw to collect items. That's very good. That will end up, you can get a lot of gold and health items from the room now. As I was saying, though, I feel like the amount of things in my claw machine are becoming a little too high. So I may want to start getting rid of some stuff or not picking up quite as many items. Oh, here's a transmute and a shredder. Alright. So these, I'm going to want to transmute these. So that one's metal. Yep. Oops. Make that metal. This would also be good to make metal. Is there anything worth me actually really getting rid of here? Making this metal would not be bad either. Then all of this is metal, and the only thing that's not are my shields. I don't think I'm going to do that. I'll save my money. Go fight this Cthulhu boss. So this is another way you can see how those tentacles spread out so much more in the water. So that's this is a really good perk to get. It might not be great, might not do anything for you like in combat, but outside of combat, like especially near the end if you're running low on health, that's a really good one to get and to have. All right, let's put everything together with the magnet and yeah, there we go. That fire's putting in work too, doing 22 damage every turn. A little bit higher strength probably would be good. There's some really strong strength perks and items that just have not gotten lucky to get yet. Oh, that was a poor claw. You can upgrade an item for free every time you enter the blacksmith. I will definitely take that. Oh, look at that. Blacksmith. Sweet. Free upgrade on the Ring of Strength. Maybe I can get 2 upgrades for the daggers. Let's do that. I love the Shredder character. He's great. Love that tiny little bunny. But I can't use any of this right now, so not enough cash. And just like real claw machines, man, sometimes it is real slippery, and this stuff does not want to go in. Oh, almost pulled all that in. That would have been really nice. Ah, well, I won anyways. I already have oh! Having another paperclip would be good. Cool. When items have this purple aura around them, they kind of can jump around. I found that's a fair number of times when you, like, find this little... Well, I definitely didn't want to pick that up. Alright. When you get in this minigame, some things will just end up jumping into the out tray, and you just sort of get it. That'd be good if I was running a block deck. see if we can get lucky and get both these fish again. Nope. Attacks all enemies for 10? Nah. The other thing which maybe you've noticed at this point that I haven't described is it does matter actually which order things fall into or out of the machine, I guess. But when you're just getting globs of items like I am, it's hard to get them in a specific order. But if you can, it's always good to pick up like strength items first. So then you get that strength before the attacks go through. Here we can get a little mini game. What is... okay. We'll try the slots. A syringe. Great. This is a legitimately very good item. It's just funny to see a syringe come out of a slot machine. And some cash. Alright, cool. Alright, won't spend too much time doing that. Attacks the nearest enemy for 5 damage. Increases damage by 5 each time it's used. Resets after each fight. It's a very, very strong item. Taking a little bit of cash and health for Grandma. Thanks, Grandma. And a big buff walrus as our enemy. Again, I just love the character designs in this game. Like, it's a great... Big buff walrus is a great character design. And he can end up doing a ton of damage. I think his doubles his strength at the end of every turn. So this is definitely an enemy you want to try to dispatch pretty much as quickly as possible. Or have a very good block deck so you end up not taking as much damage. Probably shouldn't have picked that up. I don't think that item's doing me any favors, actually, currently. Maybe that's a good item to get rid of. That Holy Shield or Heavenly Shield, whatever it's called. But what is good is the syringe. A little bit of extra damage. Oh, that didn't work out quite as well. Oh boy, he's not messing around. His strength is getting too high for my liking. Very much too high for my liking. Alright, but we should be out of here on this turn. Alright. Gain 1 strength each time you take damage. I love that. Yeah, let's actually get rid of... Yeah, let's shred that. That's not doing us a lot of favors. Upgrade our syringe, so now it is plus 10 every time. And we got 2 rooms left. This one and the boss room. Oh, that bracelet. It fell away too quickly. Yes. Another nice item that can show up that you can either get as an item or enemies will put in are these honey balls, which sticks everything together. They can be pretty good, but I think they're kind of affected by weight, so at times they can be pretty heavy to pick up, but I've made some pretty good use of them in the past. I'm going to wait on that shop. See if we get anything good here, and if we do, then we can upgrade it before leaving. Oh boy. The enemies get pretty tough here at the end of the runs, as you would expect and as you would hope. Oh, I was trying to go a little too fast. Didn't think that would kill all three of those enemies. Great. Nothing there. Well, can't take the money with you, so might as well spend as much of it as I can. One last trip to Grandma. And there's a couple things you can do in this last room. There's a game on the side, and then if you go this way, I've already unlocked the character, but there is a secret character you can unlock if you go to that question mark room. And she's a character that you have to progressively keep getting to this point, and trying to find a specific key to unlock her. So it's always worth, if you have the health still, to go over there and do that. But for me, at this point, not so much. So, because I've already unlocked her. So, here we go. Final boss. And it's the shark, as we saw in our intro, who stole our paw, and we're trying to retrieve it. And he has a neat little gimmick as well. We'll see. I can show it. He'll boost himself and then drop some stuff. And so he drops piggy banks into your claw machine, but every time you pick them up, it increases his strength. The Deadly Loan adds 1 strength for each coin you collect. So he can end up doing a lot of damage very quickly, because that will increase very, very fast. So we're going to try not to have that happen. But I believe over time, those piggy banks will end up turning into, I think, bombs. So it's a bit of a dance to not have too many in your machine, but have... Well, that's absolutely not what I wanted. So you can see he does a lot of damage very quickly. What's my best move here? Probably to try to get it. Well, that didn't work. And he has a ton of health. So this is where I said at the very beginning of this video, I have no guarantee that I'll finish this run, because I tend to get about this far in the runs, and then if I lose it, I tend to lose it at the final boss, which hurts. It always hurts to get this far, get 40 minutes into a run, and then go, oh crap, I'm not going to be able to beat it. Yeah, so you can see all of those, they all turned into those little bomb spike things. Well, what's my best play here? It'd be really, really nice to be able to get to the paper clips, because those now do ×3 damage based on strength, but they're all kind of at the bottom. Well, that didn't work out. Okay. It's kind of now or never, I think, to win. Okay. He was generous, and we get one more turn after this, so let's see if we can get some big damage on him this time. So he's down to 200 health. Oh, big critical. Alright, we should have him. We should have him here, guys. Oh, so close. I think anything will beat him at this point. Yep. Alright. Oh, victory. So you get a little cutscene here. Victorious. You have beaten the evil dungeon lord and reclaimed your lost lucky paw. You can return home and rest or continue exploring the depths of the dungeon. This is where I think I'm going to end this video. I'm not going to continue through endless mode. I don't know if this run has much more gas left in it after this. But, hey, I appreciate you all coming to hang out. If you found this video, hey, give it a like. Maybe throw a subscribe my way. Hopefully my editing is good. And if you made it this far, thank you very much. I appreciate y'all guys. Alright, I'll see you in the next one.